Hey everyone, welcome back to PR and Test Drive. Today I have the 2024 Jaguar F-Type R75. Now we've already featured this model on our channel, but that was in the winter with a convertible on winter tires. Just not a great combination. Today we have a different spec, also a convertible, but this time it's in the middle of summer and we've got summer tires. Let's check it out. On the exterior, this F-Type is finished in the Portofino blue color, paired with black rims and black accents, along with an ebony light oyster color. These seats are absolutely stunning. The F-Type features a clamshell style bonnet because it's British, and underneath it you'll find a 5-liter supercharged V8 pushing out 575 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque, power through an 8-speed automatic transmission to all 4 wheels. And of course, the best part about this car is the exhaust sounds. This stock exhaust setup just sounds extremely brutal. It's amazing. You'll hear that in a second, but let me show you something. Of course, we know this being a convertible, your trunk space is slightly limited with a section here that's blocking because your roof, but this trunk is laughably small. This is pretty much it. I can put my backpack and my tripod in, and that's it. There's pretty much no other space here. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 more bags, but let me know down in the comments if you think you can fit a golf bag in here or not. We've got a little wing in the back that you can deploy whenever you want. There's a button in the center console area. What do you guys think about this spec? This blue color, black rim, bit more of a stealthier look. Let's close the hood here. The clamshell hood just looks really special. Completely impractical, but looks great. Would you take a green exterior, tan interior with a diamond cut rim like the one we tested back in March? Or would you take this? I think I prefer this color, but with diamond cut rims. The interior looks fantastic. Okay, let's jump in, start it up, let you hear how this V8 sounds stock. First off, dynamic mode and exhaust button on, of course. There we go. Ready? Oh boy. Okay, let me set up the camera and show you more of the exhaust sounds from the back. Oh man. So, in our previous video, we have already established that this Jaguar R75 is the fast car. It does 0 to 100 kilometers in 3.7 seconds, which is really fast. This is all-wheel drive and everything. The transmission is also excellent. It's very snappy in sport mode and it's smooth in other modes, in comfort. Let's say this ZF 8-speed is a great transmission for this car. Now, one thing that we were a little underwhelmed with last time around was the handling, mostly because the fact that it is on winter tires. But this time around, we're in the summer, we've got summer tires, we have 265 wide up front and 305 in the rear. These are P0 tires as well, and they have significantly more grip. This car handles significantly better than last time we tried, and it's just a lot of fun. I don't know what to say. It's a great driving experience. It still retains the tail-happy driving dynamics, which just makes this car even more fun to drive despite having an all-wheel drive system. Switching gears, let's talk a little bit about living with this car from living with perspective. So as a convertible, you would expect the interior to be louder, more road noise, a little bit uncomfortable on the highway just because there's a lot more wind and stuff like that. But I can tell you that this car is very comfortable with the roof up on the highway. I do notice a little bit more of that wind noise, but it's still very, very comfortable. If you want to have a chat with your passenger, if you want to have a phone call, if you want to listen to your music, none of these things are interfered by the fact that this is a convertible, which I think it's fantastic. Now there is a caveat to the roof up, and that's the blind spot behind me. This blind spot is pretty big. I do notice it very, very, very much, and good thing this car has blind spot warning. Otherwise, it would, be a nightmare to check blind spots. And the last thing I want to mention while we're on the highway is the fuel economy. Despite having a 5-liter V8 supercharged engine, it's actually doing pretty decent fuel economy on the highway. I'm getting right around 8.5 to 9 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway, depending on how hard I try to not step on it. So this is a very respectable number. But of course, in a car like this, this is what you gotta do. It's slightly gloomy today, but we're in the countryside. Woohoo! Oh, that sounds so good. Oh man. Okay, so we're in the countryside. Let me give you a fuel economy update. Aside from the accelerations I did just now, we're actually doing even better than on the highway. We're doing about 8 liters per 100 kilometers, and sometimes even dipping in the 7s, which is phenomenal for a car like this. But as soon as I accelerate, the fuel economy all goes to shit. Now we're at 9.6. I've been spending a few days with this car now, and I have a little bit of complaint. I'm on a short road trip, up north, going to the cottage, and I just feel like I'm missing a couple features that a GT vehicle should have. This car is missing the adaptive cruise control. It's missing lane centering, which I think in a GT car is kind of an essential. Obviously, you'd want to drive it yourself most of the time because this is such an exciting car to drive, but on the occasion occasional long straights like what I have right now. It would be nice if I have lane centering and adaptive cruise control just kind of doing the work for me. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, aside from that, the interior is such a beautiful place to be in. Despite not having any cargo space or storage compartments, this is a very nice place to be in. I love the long dash or deep dash. It just makes me feel very sporty, and obviously there's the pop-up air vents that is more gimmick than anything, but still it just adds to the whole experience, and I love it. It's great. The interior design as well as the color combination that this car is spec'd with is very beautiful. I really like it. The two-tone, the digital screens, it's a little bit dated, but I'm very happy with this sort of setup. I've got physical buttons for most of the things, climate controls and stuff like that. And then of course we also have the Meridian sound system, which sounds pretty good. So I've been spending about a week with this car now, and to sum up, it's a fantastic car to drive. It's impractical, but it's such a cool car and such a joy to drive this thing. Of course, I'm sad to see it go. This is the 2024 R75, which means that it is the last model year that this F-Type, at least the one with the V8, is going to be around. Jaguar is moving to an all-electric lineup. If this vehicle is maintained well, it's going to be a future classic. Now, when it comes to the price of this R75 convertible, as spec'd, it is just under $140,000, and I think it's quite reasonable at that price. I mean, what else are you going to find that's similar to this sort of form factor at this price point? A Z4, I wouldn't say it's really competitive in terms of comparing with this car. The only other cars that I can think of would be a Mercedes SL, a 911 convertible potentially, because a Boxster isn't necessarily this class, I wouldn't say. And those vehicles are, you know, at least $50,000 more as a starting price. For example, here in Canada, the Mercedes SL 55, not even the 63, which is more comparable with this one, starts at about 170,000 Canadian dollars, which is quite a bit more compared to this. So what do you think? What do you think about this price point? Let me know down in the comments below. One last thing before I go, I have a little bit of complaint. So the active valve exhaust, despite being active valve and there is an exhaust button that you could press, it doesn't fully open until about 3,500 to 4,000 RPM, despite being in dynamic mode, which it just ruins a little bit of the experience for me. Let me demonstrate. So right now I'm in third gear. I'm in, you know, right around 3,000. Now it comes on. Now it comes on. You really clearly hear that exhaust difference. For example, I'll do it again. Nothing, nothing, nothing. There we go. Still absolutely sounds fantastic though, up in a higher RPM. I wish the exhaust button would just open it up whenever I want for the full RPM. Just a little rant. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.